Hi guys, welcome to the March recap of Deliberately Better. What we did for the month of March is we tried to have a low carb, high fat diet, and personally I found it pretty tough. But we're joined today with Sam, who seems to have had a better experience than me. Welcome, Sam.
Hey, how you doing? So my role with Zenith is I'm the director of wellness markets, and my job is to, or my role is to run the markets and oversee what's happening with that. Because we run wellness markets we throw for the community. We're raising awareness for health and wellness through Melbourne, and so my role is to oversee that.
What were maybe some of the biggest challenges that you found across the month?
There's two major challenges I had, I think, that were the hardest. The first one is snacking.
Yeah.
Pretty much every snack that I eat involved a heavy amount of carbs, and I was a big snacker as well. And the second one was not eating pasta or rice or potato. So I really like my sweet potato and my potato with dinner,
Yeah.
or like a pasta meal and a rice meal. So that was really hard to stay away from that.
Definitely. I found a similar thing. I went up to Queensland at the start of the month and already I'm there with friends and I'm feeling like I'm restricting myself. And
Yeah.
I know from experience that anytime I've tried to change what I'm eating and I feel deprived or I feel restricted, it is going to be hard for me to maintain it long term. What about maybe some of the biggest surprises then?
I think one of those biggest surprises, honestly, was this is going to sound pretty funny, but how easy I actually found it. Um, After I got myself into a routine, it just kind of just started flowing and actually started to become quite natural quite quickly, and that was probably my biggest surprise.
I found that after those first 3 or 4 days, it did get a little bit easier. And then I was cruising for maybe the next 10, but then what happened is I got really sick.
Yeah, you looked horrible at that Zenith event we had.
Yeah, I had a flu-like symptoms and they just didn't subside. So in the end, I decided to put the diet to the side and just rest up, have a few carbs, and then get back to full health.
I think that's the beauty of it as well, is like monitoring your situation and understanding that you know your health comes first and foremost over everything. And if you feel like you need to get a bit of energy in,
Yeah, and I'm not saying that if I stuck to it, that it still wouldn't have helped me get through that sickness. But I think I just resorted a bit to comfort foods during that time.
yeah, absolutely, which we all do naturally.
Exactly. So, what advice would you give for people who might be considering trying a high-fat diet then?
Biggest advice would be get creative with your eating. Would be number one. Number two is be prepared. I think for me, I wasn't prepared when it came to meals that I wanted to eat, and I was just like counting down until we hit the month, and I had to start this high fat, high protein, low carb diet, and I wasn't prepared with what meals to eat. So the first couple of days, I really struggled with what food I was going to eat because I didn't put in the research.
Were there good resources then where you do get that information, or how did you find it out?
Google is the best resource, but we're also lucky enough to have in the Deliberately Better group a lot of health professionals in this group, which helped me out. And I actually did a live video day two asking for advice for snacks. And Jess, one of our nutritionists, she gave me a whole heap of ideas, and I think I ate every single one of them. So they're all great.
That's great. I read a few books across the month. One of them was called Fat for Fuel by Dr. Joseph McCullough. I also read another one called Why We Get Fat by Gary Taubes. And that really explained the whole idea behind insulin and the impact that that can have for us holding on to and storing fat as humans.
Yeah, well, one of the great resources for me as well was actually Jess's Q&A at our nutrition event halfway through the month, learning the reasons why we have less carbs and the reasons behind that was incredibly interesting, because I'd never heard it from that perspective before. I never actually heard it put in those words, and that actually opened up a whole new, I guess, avenue for me for a reason why we do this.
Yeah, I think it does go against a lot of maybe some of the outdated advice that we've been given. So I remember back in primary school, the food pyramid said that you should have 6 grains a day and, cereal bread and all those things.
Yeah.
And now we're being told that they're actually not that good for us in the long term.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Are there any upcoming wellness markets this month, or what's going on this month?
We have one on the 28th of April in Coburg. We're really excited about this one because this one we're actually collaborating with food trucks as well. So we've got some healthy food trucks coming along. We're going to have about 100 different store holders all selling different stuff. We're going to have some live demonstrations with yoga. We got DJs. We have live performers coming, and we're just going to put on a great day for the family as we aim to raise awareness for health and wellness.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Is there a cost with getting in?
No, it's free entry to get in.
Wow.
So if you want to come and visit, it's free. We'll be holding a raffle on during the day. So if you want to buy a ticket to raffle for a big basket of goodies for our store holders, that you can do so. But if you just want to come check out the family, it's completely free.
I love it. For April, what I'll be focusing on is habits of highly effective people. So I've already put up a few different books that I've read and recommended, and I'll probably put up a few videos as well about what a good morning routine might be, what a good nightly routine, and a few other productivity hacks so that people can feel that they're getting the most out of their days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to quickly say something on that, because I actually felt like this last month carries in so well to next month, because one of the things that I really got out of this month and having the low carbs was the habit of having low carbs and what that created for the rest of my life. I spoke to you about this at that event, that having the discipline to actually change my diet ended up being such a good discipline, which turned into a habit, and which has now actually positively affected the rest of my life. So I'm really excited for the rest of this month with habits, and I've already created a good one now with this eating and with this diet. I look forward to it.
Perfect. All right, we'll finish up there. Thanks for joining me today.
All right, thanks, Damon.